showing your live yet. Oh, there you are. Oh.
Hey, what's up, my favorite people? What's up, Michigan? What's up, Monty?
Not much. What's up, Michigan?
Nah, not much. Oh man, just went to Sam's, got some stuff. Unloaded it all. Running a little late, but kind of right on time. I guess we'll start it off like this. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. You got to keep up on that or I'll forget it.
What's today's date? 7th?
Yeah.
Word of the day, recovery.
You need a V8?
Yeah. Almost need a Red Bulls. That way I can have wings. I've been up since early morning.
Yeah, me too, unfortunately. Work gets in the way, you know. I don't know how much longer that's going to last, buddy.
I was up long enough that I almost texted you. Was still at work, and I was going to text you, see if you wanted to go live then.
Yeah. Last night was a little crazy last night at work, but we'll see what happens tonight.
That's how long I've been up, though.
Yeah, the first night back's always hard because you get up at 9 or 10 the day before, and then you're almost up like 24 hours. So it takes a day or two to get used to it, and then it takes a day or two on the other hand to get used to it. It's a pain.
Yeah. Hey, Linda.
You want to read something, or you want to do that later, or what?
Yeah, sure. For the day, recovery. Okay. January 7th. All right. Narcotics Anonymous offers addicts a program of recovery that is more than just a life without drugs. Not only is this way of life better than the hell we lived, it is better than any life that we've ever known. Basic text, page 107. Few of us have any interest in recovering what we had before we started using. Many of us suffered severely from physical, sexual, and emotional abuse. Getting high and staying high seemed like the only possible way to cope with such abuse. Others suffered in less noticeable but equally painful ways before addiction took hold. We lacked direction and purpose. We were spiritually empty. We felt isolated, unable to empathize with others. We had none of the things that give life its sense and value. We took drugs in a vain attempt to fill the emptiness inside ourselves. Most of us wouldn't want to recover what we used to have. Ultimately, the recovery we find in NA is something different, a chance at a new life. We've been given tools to clear the wreckage from our lives. We've been given support in courageously setting forth on a new path. And we've been given the gift of conscious contact with a power greater than ourselves, providing us with the inner strength and direction we sorely lacked in the past. Recovering? Yes, in every way. we're recovering a whole new life better than anything we've ever dreamed possible. We are grateful just for today. I've recovered something I never had, something I never imagined possible. The life of a recovering addict. Thank you. Higher power in more words in more than words can say. What I'm saying is thank you, God. Amen.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, this life is better than anything that I've ever known. And all we had to do, well, all I had to do was surrender and give it up. That's all. That's the first step. And it's kind of funny because I want to talk about the first step today being first month. So we'll talk about a little bit about the first step.
Same thing in here.
Yeah. And
Yep.
it's kind of funny because I don't know. Well, I wouldn't say everyone is hard-headed, but I'd say, well, I can only talk about me. So I'm hard-headed. I like to do things 4 or 5 times to make sure that it's not the right way to do it. Drunk driving, whatever. It's like running into a wall. Well, I didn't make it the first time, but I might make it the second time. Let's try it again. Well, I didn't make it that time. Maybe I'll do it again. It's like banging your head against a wall.
At first, you don't succeed.
Right. And I think that's just the addict mentality is we're hard-headed. We want to do things our way, even if they're not the right way. And once we give that up, something changes. Because no longer, when you give that up, well, when I gave it up, I was no longer in charge. Because I let's face it, I can't beat alcohol by myself. I can't control it. It controlled me my whole life. So by giving up, something changed. There was a shift somewhere or something. I know what changed. God took over and allowed me to do the things that I've done. And it's been, since I quit drinking, it's been the best life I could have had, and hopefully it's been the best life for my family too, which well, I know for a fact before I was drinking, it was a rough time for the family, but after I stopped drinking, it got pretty good. Not saying it's been great the whole time, but it's been a whole lot better. The worst day of being sober is better than the best day of being drunk, right? So yeah. Today I was going to Sam's, and lately it's been sunny out, and I always notice stuff like that. And I started noticing a lot more of that stuff when I got sober, about nature and things like that. And then I was just thinking about this today. Excuse me. When I was drinking and all that, there seemed to be a lot of clouds, a lot of dark times, I guess. And it could have been mentally and physically, where there was actually in that time of my life, maybe it could have been the weather, or I don't know. I don't know, but it just seems like it's a lot sunnier out in my life right now. Physically, mentally, all that stuff. Oh, yeah. And like we like to keep it simple, and AA and all that, NA. So one of the sayings I like is I can only keep what I have by giving it away. And there might be a few newer people on here, and some of the stuff I didn't know. I didn't understand living life on life's terms. I didn't know what that meant. But no matter what happens, you just don't drink, or you don't use, or you don't whatever. You just don't, period. You don't make excuses. You just make things happen, because you can't do both. You can either make things happen or you can make excuses. And another one is nothing. If nothing changes, nothing changes. That's another good one. Sometimes I got to remind myself. And I use these at work quite a bit too. It just helps me every day with life. And and I didn't do the program. I say like to the book. I kind of did it my own way. And that's why you need to, when you're first starting out, when I was first starting out, I want to talk to a lot of people and find out how they got sober. Because at that point, and I'm gonna ask you a question here in a little bit, but I'll kind of ask myself the question first: is did I get sober for myself, or did I get sober by courts? So the answer is, yeah, I got sober both ways. First time, couple times. So I got 3 DUIs. So the first 2 times, and I've been in trouble more than that by drinking. I did it for the courts just to get out of trouble, keep the wife off my back, whatever. It wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right way to do it, and it never worked out. But then finally, I got sober for myself, and that's when it finally worked. So with that, I want to ask you, is that how you got sober? Did you do it for yourself, or did you kind of have to with court?
Well, last time I answered this, that piece ended up on a show.
Well, then look, Monty, don't answer it. If you don't want to, then
because I have nothing to hide.
Then
so
it's up to you.
When I first got out of jail, I did it for me. You know what I'm saying? And with everything being finalized in court and everything, now, it's been 2 years, 8 months. So I don't care. I don't want to use what I'm saying. And so still sticking with NA, because that's what I first did right as soon as I got out of jail. And like I said, after the first couple of weeks, that's when I learned I had to turn it over to God and admit that I was powerless. So, I mean, now through the court thing, they're wanting me to get a drug evaluation, even though I've been clean for 2 years and 8 months, just to satisfy their paperwork, I guess you'd say. So, we always say we can only keep what we have by giving it away. Because if you enable an addict, you bury an addict. And so as long as we're here to give our testimonies and to do this every Friday, and then during the week, my shows, I do the word of the day and read some scripture. As long as we're doing that, as long as our message is getting out there to at least helping someone, then we get to keep our sobriety and our cleanness. So
yeah.
So I guess I don't know if I answered your question or not, but I tried.
No, you did. And that brings me back to the last time I went to jail. Luckily I got 90 days, and I did 27 days in the county, and then I went over to it wasn't really a halfway house. It's kind of like a program, which it was a program, but it was kind of like I don't really know how to explain it. It's like you got to be there, and you got to go through certain classes, to meet their whatever, and go to work and all that. So when I get there, it's like, well, this ain't really rehab or nothing, and I was kind of depressed and all that. And then I got to thinking, well, I guess I want everything spoon fed to me. And it wasn't like that where I was going. So I was like, well, you got to do it yourself. And you know the deal, when you're in that environment, there's a lot of, I don't really want to say low lifes, but it's a lot of let's just say it's not church crowd. Let's just say that. So there's a lot of people that are not right in the head. I'm not saying I'm right in the head. I'm just saying it's you got to be pretty tough mentally to kind of go through that stuff. And I'm thinking, well, you know, this ain't gonna be easy. You know, if it was easy, everyone would do it. It's probably gonna be one of the hardest things you're ever gonna do. It's just like quitting smoking or overeating. Could be a lot of things. It's not easy, but that's part of the giving back thing. I think we you know, helps me. And like I said before, the new guys help me. And when I was new, I'm like, well, I don't really, you know, everyone would say, well, the new guys are helping. I'm thinking, what do I got to, what am I helping? I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just here and not drinking. That's all I'm doing. And then, you know, I got a little bit of time now, and now I look back, I'm thinking, well, I remember those days, that first week and first month was pretty hard. And, you know, just keep showing up and keep an open mind. And, you know, just keep doing the same thing you did yesterday. You know, if you didn't drink yesterday, then more than likely, if you keep doing the same thing, you won't drink today. And, you know, the days lead to weeks and months and hours or years eventually. And meet a lot of good people. Meet a lot of people that didn't make it. Meet a lot of people that, you know, for whatever reason, they went back. And you know a lot of them. I know a lot of them. It's you wish you could help them, but it's life, you know. It's a terrible thing, but that's why we get on here and try to do what we can do. And by no means I'm the best or the whatever. It's just I'm telling my story, and you're telling your story, and hopefully it resonates with somebody. Like, man, I can't listen to Jeff. That song gonna get me drunk, but I can relate to Monty. You know, I can relate to what he's been through. But if I went the way Jeff went, I'd be drunk, or I'd be using, or whatever. So.
Yeah, earlier, you know, before you asked me that question, you know, you was talking about yourself, and, you know, when we was using, whether alcohol or drugs, you know, and, you know, and how you said you still use some of those phrases at work. You know what I'm saying? Like, we only keep what we have by giving away, you know, other things one day at a time. So definition of insanity is doing the same thing repetitively over and over and over, hoping for a different outcome, but it's not. It doesn't happen. And then when we got clean, sober, you know, it's a different outlook. We was able to actually look back behind us and, or not look over our shoulder, always looking for a cop, you know what I'm saying? So we had a chance at a new life. So yeah, I'm glad I'm not where I used to be.
Yeah.
Care if I read from this book?
No, absolutely.
Chapter 3, Why Are We Here? Before coming to the fellowship of NA, we could not manage our own lives. We could not live and enjoy life as other people do. We had to have something different. We thought we'd found it in drugs or alcohol. We placed their use ahead of the welfare of our families, our wives, our husbands, and our children. We had to have drugs at all costs. We did many people great harm, but most of all, we harmed ourselves. Through our inability to accept personal responsibilities, we were actually creating our own problems. We seemed to be incapable of facing life on its own terms. Most of us realized that in our addiction, we were slowly committing suicide. But addiction is such a cunning enemy of life that we had lost the power to do anything about it. Many of us ended up in jail or sought help through medicine, religion, or psychiatry. None of these methods was sufficient for us. Our disease always resurfaced or continued to progress until in desperation we sought help from each other in Narcotics Anonymous. After coming to NA, we realized we were sick people. We suffer from a disease from which there is no known cure. It can, however, be arrested at some point, and recovery is then possible. This is the preface of every chapter. So the next one I'm gonna read is chapter 4. It's called How It Works. If you want what we have to offer and are willing to make the effort to get it, then you are ready to take certain steps. These are the principles that made our recovery possible. This is like you were saying a while ago. Admit that we was powerless. So, number 1, we admitted that we were powerless over our addiction, that our lives had become unmanageable. 2, we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 3, we made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. 4, we made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5, we admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. 6, we were entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. 7, we humbly asked Him to remove our shortcomings. 8, we made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. 9, we made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 10, we continued to take personal inventory when we were wrong, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. 11, we sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood, and praying only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. 12, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry these messages to addicts and to practice these principles in all of our affairs. This sounds like a big order, and we can't do it all at once. We didn't become addicted in one day, so remember, easy does it. There is one more thing than anything else. There is one thing more than anything else that will defeat us in our recovery, and that is an attitude of indifference or intolerance towards spiritual principles. 3 of these that are indispensable are honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. With these, we are well on our way. We feel that our approach to the disease of addiction is completely realistic, for the therapeutic value of one addict helping another is without parallel. We feel that our way is practical, for one addict can best understand and help another addict. We believe that the sooner we face our problems within our society and everyday living, just that much faster do we become acceptable, responsible, and productive members of that society. The only way to keep from returning to active addiction is to not take that first drug. If you are like us, you know that one is too many and 1,000 never enough. We put great emphasis on this, for we know that when we use drugs in any form or substitute one for another, we release our addiction all over again. Thinking of alcohol as different from other drugs has caused a great many addicts to relapse. Before we came to name, many of us viewed alcohol separately, but we cannot afford to be confused about this. Alcohol is a drug. We are people with the disease of addiction who must abstain from all drugs in order to recover. Amen.
Yeah. Monty, I think we need to read that every single day or every Friday. Yeah. It jogged a bunch of memories for me. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, my buddy has 5 or 6 of those placards on the first of every one of those chapters.
Yeah.
We always hand them out, and then everyone takes turns. We switch them up. But that's how we start out. We start out with Serenity Prayer, and then we read those, and then we read Word of the Day, and then we share. Around the table. And then after that, we say the third step prayer, and then we get in a circle, say the third step prayer, and then then it's over.
Coffee and donuts.
Well, we had those during, but yeah.
Sassy Cat says, how did I handle 90 days in jail? I only had to do 27 on my third DUI. the other two was just kind of overnight, and I got out when I sobered up. Jail's not, it's not terrible. I mean, it's not a great place to be, but it all depends who you are. I mean, I was always a athlete and all that, so I didn't really get intimidated by other people. It's not like I said, it's not a great place to be, but it's just just do what the guards tell you. Shut your mouth, do your time, and get out. You got a lot of time to think about what you did. I don't know. We got any thoughts on that, Monty? No.
No.
Man, it's not like a 5-star resort vacation, on a beach somewhere, but it's they feed you and they give you a little thing to sleep on. You're dry, so
That's the book, B-Dog.
I got to dig up mine.
Johnny Faith knows the book I'm reading from. One of them. The other one is, I don't know if that's coming out right or not. It's just for today, the NA handbook. It's for every day there's a message. I don't know, man.
It's way better on this side.
Frog, I'm almost. You're lucky you got a wrench, Frog.
No, it's all good. It's
I know.
I was just hoping I'd run into Frog in there. We could have bunked up together and
oh yeah,
did some spooning.
You'd have been Big Spoon.
Yeah, he'd have been a little spoon sucking his thumb. Oh, mama. Yeah, could have cooked out my meals for me, Monty.
On that third step prayer for us on NA, it's many Vatican said, take my we ask God, take my will in my life, show me how to live, and show us how to live clean. So
yeah,
that's true, Red. It can even lead to YouTube addiction. That's one thing I've been trying to rein myself back in from. So, like I said the other day,
gambling, sex, food.
Oh yeah,
work. It's endless.
I can't tell you here right now, but I'll message you sometime. Yeah. Had someone come in and anyways, not me. Craig. So Craig just got me squirreled.
Yeah, I seen that. I don't know. Maybe Tonto and Frog are hooked up. I don't know.
Has anyone seen Smokey the Bear lately? That's all I'm saying. I mean, he might be teaching Tonto how to put out forest fires, if you get what I'm saying. But I mean, so I don't know. Okay, so the other day on my show, and I said, thanks, Craig, for getting me squirreled. You'd mentioned it, but I just said that on my show too, about, gosh darn it, Craig. Now I forgot. But I've mentioned, I got squirreled real bad because I looked at his comment. So
he'll throw you out, just Monty, go like this.
I know. Yeah. I'll think about it once. Yeah.
Well, you want to put the codes in? So maybe someone call in or what? Or no?
It's up to you. It's your show.
Well, I know.
Great.
We're sitting here chit chatting.
Yeah, I know. You know, okay, so one thing I do know is I got some real close buddies. One of them's like my adopted brother. And he's been in and out programs and stuff a few times. And rehab and stuff. And at first it bothered me. I mean, it really, really bothered me. Because if I can do it, but I know that I'm not everyone's the same, you know. If I was thinking, you know, if I could do it, why couldn't he? Since he'd already been in rehab a couple times. And it's been a while since I actually got to talk to him because I can't afford to jeopardize my recovery if I do go talk to him.
Yeah.
But then he thinks it's, you know, it's my problem for not going and talking to him. Like I don't want to talk. He's acting like that I really don't want to, and I do.
All right.
So,
yeah.
I mean, it just bothers me.
Well, I think the only thing you can do, Monty, is tell them. You know, that's where the honesty, right? Honesty, open-mindedness,
right.
and willingness.
Well, I have. I
and
told
then
him that.
If then it's on him. If you don't, you know.
I know.
Then it's on him. It's not on you. So that tells you kind of what person he is, unfortunately.
Well, I told him the same thing like he told me right when he first got out of rehab and I was all messed up, you know, in active addiction. Yeah. He told me we couldn't hang out and stuff because he had to walk the line. And yeah. So I used those same words on him and stuff, but I guess it's different.
Well, it's like your parents said, and I'm sure you said to your kids and all that, you got to be careful who you hang out with, because that's a big influence on who you know. I got a lot of people in trouble, and people got me in trouble just by being around them.
I have told him shit, and in fact, he made a Facebook post, and I kept quiet for several posts. I mean, he'd make a post like that at least once a month or something like that. So a few months went by, and finally I was like, okay, I've held my silence. And so I told him exactly what I just said and everything, and he just ended up erasing the post and the comments on there, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Early on, I found out that I am the most important person in my recovery.
Yep.
Nobody else is above me. If I don't fix myself, not that I want to fix anyone else, but I got to fix myself first, and then I can help other people. But if I'm all liquored up and all that, who am I going to help? For one, I'm not helping myself. I'm not helping my family. I'm not helping probably going to work, pay the bills, and be a good father or a good person. So I am the most important person in my sobriety. So that's what you just got to. That's what it's got to be.
Yeah.
And then from there, it might take you 2 years or 4 years, or you might be able to go around that guy in a year or 2 years or 5 years or 10 years. Like when I first started, I couldn't go to a bar right off the bat. It took me, the first bar I went into was 6 months after I got sober. And I was scared to death. I was pale, clammy. I didn't want to go in there. We just went in there to eat, but I was scared to death.
Right.
And that's a good thing for me, to be scared of something, because I know where it's going to lead. And I don't want to go back there because I already know where it's going to. I already know where I'll end up.
Play that tape through.
Yeah. And that's a huge one for me, because when I was drinking, I'd never play it through. But like, hey, I'm going to go get drunk. And then that'd be it. I'll go get drunk, and then guess what? Now I got all kinds of ideas.
I remembered what I was going to say before I got squirreled. What I was going to say is just like I've mentioned on my show, especially this last week, a couple of shows that when I was being my just somber self, down to earth, not cracking no jokes or anything. Just okay. So like when I was talking about even addiction to YouTube or channel hopping or whatever you want to call it, I'm trying to wring myself back from that, and that's why I have been on near as many shows and everything. And it's not for the simple fact of the content that people are putting out. It's for the simple fact that I started feeling like I was getting burnt out. Okay, myself, especially being on Prairieathon and this and that, and, just a lot of hours spent on YouTube. And so I've been coming on to panels here and there on shows and this and that, being on there for a few minutes, maybe 30 minutes to an hour, and then I jump off. It just depends, on the show. It just, but I'm not constantly up in the chat or up on the panel or anything, and trying not to be, because I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to wean myself off of YouTube for a little bit, for my own mental health, I guess you'd say. I guess, I don't know. I still listen to music off of YouTube, but that doesn't require me being up in chat or up on panel. But here's the thing: I want, like I've already discussed too. That's the same thing I said the other day on my show. It's nothing against anyone that's in chat or up on panel or any channel creator. It's y'all are my family. That's one of the reason why I was getting up on here, jumping up on panel, being up in chat, because in the last 5-6 months, God has corralled us, led us all here together and everything, so we can lean on each other and everything. And that's one thing I'm very appreciative of. So if I'm off of here for more than a day or so, I'm feeling lost without my family. I don't go out amongst a lot of my regular old, especially real old crowd. I don't go around them. But I quit going around even some of my clean friends and everything. I've just been staying at home because of the chance of the creepy crawly stuff that's lingering around out there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's getting it. Everybody's dying. I mean, holy cow, holy smokes. Kansas had like 4,000 or 5,000 new cases, not in a day, but in a week. So I don't know. I'm just letting y'all know it's nothing personal, because y'all are my family. And it means a lot for me to even say that.
Yeah, I do the same thing, Monty. I'll on my week off, I won't even do a show. I'll just do something.
Oh, I know. Then you have me and Craig do the shows. Oh, yeah, mother trucker.
Yeah, it's kind of nice because
you know what I just done?
Lit the wrong end.
Yeah, I hadn't done that since I was in active addiction. What the?
Yeah, pay attention, son.
Oh man, I used to get so squirreled it's not even funny.
I bet. Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do for yourself, right?
Yeah. Well, that's a short filter.
We're all not gonna agree on here all the time. I upset people all the time on here. I don't mean to. It's kind of happens, and I guess that's where all right, look, here's a perfect example. Last night at work, boss telling us put a mask on, all this other stuff. I'm not doing it because I think it's wrong. So it's a tricky situation for me because I started getting upset. You start getting into that stinking thinking, where, the world revolves around me and this is the way it's going to be and all this other stuff. So it's a dangerous place for me. So I gotta check myself, and I just got to do things the right way where, like, look, man, I'm not doing that. So we got to figure out another problem or another solution, because I'm not doing what you're telling me, even though, well, I'm your boss. I'm telling you what, no, it don't work with me. I'm not doing that because my opinion is wrong. So I got to always check myself in that situation because I can go in a bad spot. So that's what I'm talking about, living life on life's terms. I got to always think about because I get real angry, and now, I mean, not real angry, but I just, I just don't deal with people telling me what to do. So I got to check myself. And, then I get, a little anxiety, going into work, dealing with that because, everything's good. Then you wait for that call, out of your area that you got to go deal. And then you got to go across the plant. Now everyone's watching you, and the boss comes up like, I already told you 3 times, man. We're going to write you up, send you home, whatever. So that's the type of thing when he comes up to me, I got to remain calm. It's just a big, I don't know. It's just where we're at today in the world. And it's a crappy place, in my opinion. But that don't change the fact I still got to operate in it.
Right.
So that's what I'm going through right now. So it's all good. It's just, I'm not the only one going through it, and that's what's so nice about being on here. So, hopefully you got a wife or husband or somebody you can talk to, that helps you out and it's kind of on the same page. That helps.
All I have is Craig.
Well, Craig works sometimes.
You know what I mean? I got you and Craig and Diamond. But I mean, you got what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
What we saying earlier in the group chat. And I got several people in my inner circle that I'm very appreciative of. And Hawk and Jess. I mean, there's quite a few of them that, and I know at any time, because there's times that you work at night, I can always text you or whatnot. And it's just, yeah. So don't mean to change subject. But here's the thing, I clicked on this through my weather app. I clicked on the COOF thingy. So in my county, there's 2,080 confirmed cases since last week. Well, you know what I'm saying? 14 deaths. So I scroll down here to worldwide statistics. United States is the leading thing in cases confirmed. 56,843,327. So I was scrolling down through this. United Kingdom is only 13 million. France 10, Turkey 9. So I keep on scrolling. Mexico is 4 million. South Africa 3. Canada 2 million. Go on down. I scroll down to there's like here. The Marshall Islands has 7 confirmed cases. Greenland 3,404 confirmed. Just things like that. And I got to thinking, I'm like, why is the United States the highest one? Why is that? Is it because there's so many people that don't want to get the jab? Or is it because it's the population?
Yeah, you'd have to go off the percentage of the population versus how many have it. Yeah.
Is it
maybe the numbers
because the numbers are skewed?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying on
Yeah.
that? Because they like to lie. In the United States, apparently they like to lie on everything. I mean, you could die from a car crash and they'll say, hey, you died from the coof. So I mean, even Russia's 10 million and we're at 56 million. That's crazy. Russia's a huge country.
Yeah, you'd have to go the percentage of the population. I'd give you a better
right
estimate, but we're probably number one, number two, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh, we're number one.
Yeah.
For a wrong reason. Other than that, it's 27 degrees here and it feels like it's 18 right now.
Yeah, it's cold here. It's
he got 9 degrees here last night, and apparently the propane heater in the bathroom that ran out of propane in the tank, and then the water froze just like that. So yeah, we've been trying to get that thought out. Other than that, hey, God bless the USA.
Supposed to be colder tonight. It was 3 when I was coming home. I think it's supposed to get down to 0, 3, and then like -9, I think, and then today it's supposed to be 0. It's cold. Yeah, leave the water dripping.
Right. Yeah, I know, Kentucky man. I know, Shep. Because see, right when this first started coming out about the PCR test and everything, I'd already heard reports that so it was initially designed to run at 12 or 13,000 revolutions per minute on the spinner, but they were spinning them at 40,000, and that's where they come up with their false. One way they're coming up with false positives. So Craig the baby killer. Yeah, if you want to. Now that was Marauder that said that.
Now, Craig's killing deer with no teeth, man. What's up with that?
I know. You know, shoot. What did he do with the dentures out of that deer? Santa Claus is going to be mad.
Yeah. I'm going to put the codes in real quick before I get off here, Monty.
Put them in the last 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
I was going to do a show this morning right after Marco was done with his show, and then we went and Soldiers, and it was after God Soldier. I was going to go and do a show, and then I was like, no, I'll just wait for Riddles.
Yeah. Oh, cool, David. Yep, you'll get the hang of it. Just keep doing it. Yep. Yep, Barb says it's all about the money. Yeah.
I'm ready for Robert and Diamond Lil to start their shit channels.
Yeah, it should be coming. Can somebody drop Rage's channel in here, please? Yeah, same way, B-Cats. I don't. If I'm sick, I know I'm sick. I don't need to go get tested.
Right.
Smart.
Why did Craig have to shoot a deer that had no teeth? I mean, really?
Well, doing a deer a favor, really. I mean, it probably wouldn't have lasted another year or two, you know?
And an elephant only has a certain amount of sets of teeth throughout its lifetime, and then after it's on its last set.
Yeah,
they die.
Those wear out in about 100 years. Deer's only got maybe 6, 8. Thanks, B-Dog. Yeah. Nikki.
Yeah, Craig said it was like I think he said 6 years old. Hang on. I have to look at the text again.
Yeah. I could just see I wonder if a deer was like, Craig, please don't shoot me.
But she's little flipper snapper. He said that they decline after 6 or 7 years. He didn't have no teeth left in his mouth. Then he said he was a bully. So Craig, having a rifle, bullied the bully out of the herd.
Yeah, circle of life.
It's the circle of life. Is he gonna hold up Simba?
Yeah. Good thing you didn't see any snakes. You'd have missed them, I'm sure.
Get up here, Craig.
I wonder if Lance shot that deer for you, Craig.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Shift Kicker. Shift Kicker has those names that you can type into on your YouTube studio down on your block words, and that keeps a lot of the bots from coming in, because I've seen that from my own eyes on Marco's and God Soldiers channels.
Really?
Yeah, they only had maybe one or two come in the whole time.
Huh.
I didn't see any. I didn't notice any on Liberty's channel this morning on morning devotion. On the morning devotional. Snakes with a full set of teeth. That reminds me of the Robin Hood, the cartoon. Remember the snake that got pickled in the barrel? Then at one time he had some teeth or something. Yeah. Diamond. Oh man.
Yeah, died of old age right in front of Craig. He's like, oh, thank God. Now they're gonna know. At least I'll just say I shot it.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits.
Yeah, big cats. Snakes have teeth. The venomous ones usually have two kind of big fangs, and then the other ones have teeth facing backwards. Yeah.
Back to the old drawing board.
He's not hunting here anymore without a silencer.
Yeah.
I don't know, but something's fishy about that old buck without no teeth.
Yeah, something's fishy about that whole thing.
Yeah, I know. See, fishy.
Craig called 1-800-RENT-A-DEER. Hey, Craig, you should just go back to taking naps through my show. Then you wouldn't get picked on as much. Bang, 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 bang.
I can get that list from Marco, Shift Kicker. Thank you. But yeah, I need to try that. The deer lost his dentures when Craig shot it.
Yeah.
No one's calling in?
No.
Wow.
Unless I put the code in wrong. That could be it.
You probably did.
No. I think it's right. No. Yeah.
I'm gonna go. He said he's gonna go sleep.
Yeah, thanks, Shep. Yeah, gonna go dream of deer with no teeth.
Craig probably mesmerized that deer, like hypnotized him or something.
He's got
Probably
like
Like Crocodile Dundee. Oh,
He's got like one section where they got like corn and stuff. Then he's got a older section where it's got like mashed potatoes and soft foods for the older deer.
the seniors, they get a discount.
Senior section. Those deer are a little slower. You got more time to shoot them.
They probably get a discount. The AARP only be the AARD or whatever. Craig, come on, get up here.
Lance says he has a PhD in napping. It's been a long hour for him, Monty. He had to endure this show for an hour, and
He just asked Lance if they can nap together. He's wanting to spoon with someone.
yeah. All right, Monty. I think that was a good show. I'm going to get my boots on and throw some wood in the fire.
Marauder. Craigie. I love it.
Yeah, Craig's always messing with Lance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cream corn. Yeah. It's not the crack corn, it's cream corn. It's the mushy stuff.
It does sound good. Some vegetable stew, some beef stew sounds good right now.
Hey, that's
I don't know. I'm never eating a large pizza like that again.
no, that was painful. You know, that's the deer in the south have summer teeth, Craig. Some are there, some ain't. And you know the toothbrush was invented in the South, Craig. You know that? If it was invented anywhere else, it'd be called the teeth brush.
I'm happier than a bald-headed guy winning a hairbrush.
All right, God bless you, Lance. Yeah, that's funny.
Later, Lance. God bless.
All right, Monty. Shut the news off.
Turn news off.
Help each other out.
Most definitely. Can only keep what we have by giving it away, right?
That's right. Nothing changes. Nothing changes.
Enable an addict to bury him.
That's right. All right, brother. Thanks, man.
Yep. Love your neighbor. Help your neighbor. Tell him you love him.
Don't consent.
Craig needs to keep his pants on while spooning a deer. All right.
Craig should have
y'all.
Craig should have took his teeth out and put it inside the deer's mouth.
Oh.